Hi, Professor Teed. So I'm making my video about my final project because I mistakenly missed the Zoom. I'm so sorry about that. So we're talking about the Giving Bowl today. So when I saw this project, I immediately went on to Google and I looked up bowls. Over the summer, I took a class with Courtney Wada. And we actually made a bowl, and I remember making a weaving bowl. I took crafts and healing. Sorry, I should say that. Yeah, so I remember making that bowl, but my bowl was a red Solo cup and some yarn. It really wasn't sustainable, and it also really wasn't ideal for like a classroom setting. It was more about just how to make a vessel. So I had to think more about how to actually make something, or at least write a lesson plan, to make something for a classroom of kids, a bunch of children, not just me. So I started searching, and I found one from Blick. Yeah, from Blick, the art company, and it was this long PDF, and it was about how you can make a bunch of tubes, and like long tubes, and then can use a bit of math, which is not my strong suit, to create a bowl like this out of tubes. So I foolishly, ever so foolishly, started making all of the tubes without realizing that this would include a little bit more math than I was prepared for. So I made all these tubes, and then I realized I can't make the bowl, the original bowl. So I had to go back to Google, and I had to go back to searching, where I found this bowl. I'm very proud of this bowl. So this is kind of the same idea as these paper tubes. It's just that you would take these, you'd insert them inside, and then you can start to coil and coil and coil. But it was recommended to use like newspaper or something a little bit more pliable. So that's exactly what I did. I gathered all the newspaper that we had in my house, and I started coiling and rolling and getting ready. So I did it, I made it. It's really simple. It was really easy, but I've been using it. I've actually found a place for it in my home. It's not just a, college art project that you do once and then never see again, which was a big problem in my undergrad. I brought this into the school that I work at, and I showed the students that I see every day, and they started to play with it. And one of my students completely, because you can move it, one of my kids completely pushed it in. So now we put this piece of tape on the bottom. But I remember when I showed them, they were all so confused on how you could make a bowl. So I said, if we ever have time, we can do this project. So that's when I started to make up the lesson plan, and for obviously your class. So I had the idea of how to make this more shareable, or more community, more about community than just a paper bowl. So to make this, you have to make about 200 of those paper tubes, paper coils, and then you can start to roll them up. It depends on how big your bowl is. Like this one, I think only took about 50 papers, but you could make it pretty big and go up to 200. So I had the idea to if we were to do this in a classroom setting, then I had the idea of having all the kids in session 1, the first class of it, having them all make tubes from, if they brought in paper from home, or if they colored on their own paper, or found, patterned paper around the school from a flyer or something from the recycling bin. I really wanted to work with recycled or reused paper to make less waste, because this is very easy to make from wasted pieces. So I had the idea of everyone bringing in their own little bits and baubles, and then creating the tubes, and then throwing them into a bin. Not like a garbage bin, just like a community bowl. And everyone would mix up all their pieces, and all of the classes would be able to share their own pieces. So it wouldn't be just one student made their own bowl. It would come from multiple hands and multiple students and multiple homes if someone were to bring in newspaper from home. Yeah, so I just liked this bowl because it was just so much more about community and sharing and giving, which is, the title, Giving Bowl. So yeah, that's my bowl. I'm very proud of it, and I hope to do this with students if we, maybe when we come back from the holiday break, we can jump back into something easy like this. Yeah, thank you so much.